Welcome, everybody. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. As you're logging in, go ahead and feel free to write into the chat area. Let me give you permission to do so here because I have to do that now every time. So welcome. Yay. And we're logging in here, I believe, as we start our first Zoom of the 5-week Shrink a Size challenge. So this is really exciting here because we are about to launch. And for some of you, this is round 2. So we are starting officially September 16th. So that's this coming Friday. So I wanted to definitely do a preparation webinar here and get things rocking and rolling. All right. Let me just make sure here. I'm just having a interesting little technical difficulty. So just give me 1 second here while I double check. Yeah, no, this is it. Okay, here we go. Thanks everyone for your patience as we get going here. And this one should work this time. All right, there we go. We love technology when it works, don't we? All right, here we go, you guys. TLS Weight Loss Solution. We are so excited to provide people a way, a path, a solution. Really the best way I've ever found personally to, really manage a healthy weight, not just lose it once, but actually keep it off. I know my personal weight loss journey has been 25 pounds, been over 17 years of keeping that 25 pounds of fat off my body because I lost the right weight, just like you're going to do if you need to in TLS, lose the right kind of weight, which is the fat, keep the muscle, keep the bone, keep the important organs. We want to keep all that healthy weight. So our mission is to empower people through science-based proven methodologies to advance individuals in health and wealth. We're committed to maximizing human potential here at TLS. As I discuss different testimonials and success stories and products and programs, just know that we are not intending to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Always consult your own healthcare provider before starting a plan or products. So as I mentioned, we are beginning round 2 of our TLS 5-week Shrink a Size challenge. For me personally, it's like round 4. So I couldn't be more thrilled with the results that we are getting. These are just a few of the success stories that we got in the last round with Tina or Trista and Russell in the top there. I feel like both of them lost at least 2 sizes. And that's really the point of this challenge, you guys, is to grab that pair of pants or that skirt or those jean shorts, that pair of jeans, that slacks that you can't quite zip up right now. You can't button up. And the goal of the next 5 weeks is to follow the program as outlined so that you can shrink a size and in 5 short weeks, zip them up. So exciting. All right. So of course, that's not going to happen by accident. It's not going to happen on a wish or a prayer, is it? It is going to happen by committing. And we are starting Friday, the September 16th. You're going to follow one of our TLS menu plan programs, one that's best and right for you. We have the options here I'm going to go through in a moment. You're going to utilize at least 3 TLS branded products or a total of $150 worth of TLS brands. That's what, like, we're talking about TLS Trim Tea or Trim Cafe or Core or CLA or the Jumpstart Kit or the Stay Fit Kit. These types of products that are specifically addressing our healthy weight, okay? We're going to exercise at least 4 times a week for 30 minutes, 2 cardio, 2 strength. And what you get is a free program plan, a free recipe booklet. Actually, you can download all of them if you want, and a 12-week health guide and journal. So you're going to get a lot for free, including our incredible Facebook page, which I'll go over here in a moment. But you're going to get to eat real food and you're going to get real results in 5 short weeks with TLS. So why do diets not work? Well, Here's the good news, you guys. You didn't fail at dieting. They failed you, because with many diets, you're losing water, you're losing muscle, and sometimes even bone density. And so it looks really good on the scale, right? You're like committed for a couple weeks and you lost a lot of weight, or you're committed for a few months and you've lost a lot of weight. But in fact, it's the wrong kind of weight, which actually slows our metabolism. So then when we start to kind of eating back to quote unquote normal, we're going to gain it all back and then some. And that's what we call yo-yo dieting. The other way of dieting is through calorie restrictions, but that doesn't work because calories are not created equal. For instance, a large banana and a small muffin may have the same caloric intake, but they certainly aren't feeding the body in the same way. They're certainly not contributing to your waistline in the same way. So calorie restriction is not the answer. Many diets will tell you what to eat and not how to eat. Neurological, hormonal changes from calorie depletion or eliminating entire food groups, or hyper focusing on others, which there is a lot of plans out there that eliminate a lot of foods or hyper focus on some. So it's no carb, or it's high fat, or it's this, that, and the other thing. And that long term can create issues within the body. And many programs do not address digestive health, sleep health, and or really truly our metabolism and our hormonal health. And that is something we do in TLS. So we don't want to create those metabolic fluctuations that lead to a really slow metabolism. And if that's you right now and you're going, oh my goodness, that's what I've done to my body, I've slowed my metabolism down, I am a yo-yo dieter, it's okay. What's really amazing is that you found the thing that's going to get you back to where you want to be. Now, understand that if you're dealing with any of these kinds of issues or challenges from a hormonal standpoint or metabolic standpoint, that it may take a little longer for you to lose weight the right way or the healthy way. And that's okay. All right. So be patient with your body and yourself and just love where you're going and stay the course, right? What makes us special is no calorie counting. No deprivation, you get to eat real food. We have multiple programs for a personalized solution. We're affordable, and we have a comprehensive 4-pronged approach, which is low glycemic impact eating, focusing on a healthy body composition, taking science-based supplementation, not the junk science that's out there, but clinically studied ingredients that are designed to assist your body in working better, creating that balance where we need to create balance in the body. And that really just comes from feeding the body the tools it needs to do exactly what it would do normally and naturally. Isn't that amazing? Like if you have the right tools to build a house, you're going to be able to build a house. But if you don't, you're going to have a really hard time. You're going to be at a standstill. And that's what supplementation and the low glycemic impact eating plan is all about, you guys, giving your body the tools it needs so that it can really truly do and function and operate at its optimal. And then as we go through this 5 weeks, you're going to experience quite a bit of education, which is really what sets us apart. The fact that we educate. And number 2 is that we have all 4 components, because most things out there will only throw at you a diet or just an exercise program. Some might throw both at you, but no program on the market is as comprehensive as ours with our 4-pronged approach. And that's just proof right here with Dakota. Now, Dakota has lost over 72 pounds since January with us. She started in our January challenge, 2022. So just this year, already down 72 pounds. And these were her before and after from the last 5-week shrink-a-size. So these photos are literally only 5 weeks apart. I'm almost certain that she lost 2 sizes here. And so she continues to actually, I think she's a part of this second group. So we're so excited for Dakota and her progress. And we just thank her for sharing her story and being such an inspiration. We've got a lot of them. And so thank you to Julia for providing this beautiful photo of you smiling after being able to zip up those pants on Shrink-a-Size. But we want all of you to have that big smile on your face here in 5.5 short weeks. So what do you need to do to prepare? Let's talk about it. What happened to the slide here? Well, that's interesting. So my preparation, I'm having all kinds of difficulties tonight. Okay, what I happen to know about this preparation slide is that 1, you need to clean out the pantry, clean out the fridge, get rid of the junk. It doesn't mean eat all the junk, right? It means get rid of it, donate it, throw it, right? All of those things, all of those appropriate measures to get rid of the temptations. All right. So we just want to clear the mechanism, as I call it, because we're about to embark in 5 weeks of, not necessarily indulging in the Oreo cookies and things like that. So it's best they're just not in the house. All right. Number 2 is you're going to want to share, if you're not already doing this, with some friends, some family members. Maybe you should invite them along. But number 2 is that you definitely want to have that conversation with them to let them know, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. And these are my commitments for the next 5 weeks. So this is what support looks like. This means, oh, mom, really, do you have to? Or you can, or with your friends, like, oh, you only live once, you could just have one. Are you still doing that thing? Like, what support looks like is you cheering me on, is you supporting my goals, is you not giving me a hard time about it, right? So be clear on what you're doing and what support looks like for you in those conversations. I promise you things go a lot smoother when you've had those powerful communications with people in your life, because a lot can be accomplished in 5 short weeks here with TLS. Number 3 is you're going to want to take your before pictures. We'll go over that here in a moment so that you have that before picture with those pants that you can't zip up, you can't button up, and you're going to want that photo for yourself. You don't have to share it like these lovely people have with me and our TLS corporation. You don't have to share it, but you are going to want that before and after photo for your own sake. Okay. So promise yourself that even as sucky as it is to take those pictures, and it does, I understand, that you're going to take them for yourself at least. Okay. Because it is so fun. It's so fun at the end for even just your own sense of accomplishment. Okay. You're going to want to print off your menu plan, your tracking sheets, and if you haven't already downloaded them, that's the first step, right? Download all the tools you need, our tracking sheets, especially because you're going to want to plan and you want to track. That's how we create new habits, is on purpose. It doesn't just happen, like I said, on a wish or a prayer, right? So let's talk about before pictures. All right. This is at any point right now, basically, you guys could do your own before picture. All right. But the latest you want to do that is the morning of our start date, which would be this Friday. And you're going to take your after picture on the last day or the day after our 5-week shrink a size. You're going to want to choose a clear, uncluttered background. All right. So your kid's messy bedroom may not be the best choice. All right. Or your crazy office and all the papers in the background. So try to find a clear space on the wall to take this photo, or have someone take it for you. You can choose to show your entire body like Dakota and Julia did earlier, or you can choose to do sort of shoulder to mid thigh. But what's really important is when you take these photos is that you're taking them at the exact same angle, meaning it's not up here once and then mid down here after, because you're not really going to see how much change there is when you do different angles. And so if you do have someone taking it for you, you really want to pay attention to what that angle was and choose good lighting. And if it's a little blurry, take it again. I promise you, you will thank me later. Okay, I promise. All of these examples on this page are from Shrink a Size, and they're perfect examples of uncluttered background, obviously the same pair of pants, a similar background. So we know this is the same person. Also the same type of day, which is same time of day. And I always suggest morning because we are taller and thinner in the morning, right? Our spine is stretched out as we've slept. We're thinner because we have been fasting in our sleep. It's beautiful. So that's just my personal suggestion. All right, let's talk about fitness here, because in this orientation, we're going to cover a lot of information in a short period of time. So you can see I'm cooking with oil over here. 4 sessions of 30 minutes each. Now, if you have not been doing any exercise, I understand how this might be a big jump into exercise, but I promise you it will be worth it. And there's many of you on the line who are doing far more than this. Keep doing what you're doing, okay? But we definitely want 2 cardio sessions. Cardio's where you get your heart rate up, you get a sweat on, you're breathing heavy, right? You're huffing and puffing. We call that vitamin HP. Where you're running, you're biking, you're swimming, you're dancing, you're doing a spin class, you're doing a class like these ladies down here were doing. Or my favorite is HIIT cardio. If you can find some HIIT cardio videos on YouTube or a fitness app, you could do them right in your home, because a lot of times you don't even need weights, you just need your body. I love it. 2 strength sessions. This is where we're going to lift heavy things and put them down. And guess what? Heavy is personal. What's heavy for you is not heavy for me, etc. So this is to your ability, but we're going to do 1 upper body strength training day and 1 lower body. Or if you're looking to kind of combine it where you have 2 full bodies, that's fine too. But understand that you'll be challenging the body. And some of you will start with body weight, right? Squatting with body weight, lunging with body weight, doing push-ups on your knees, whatever it is that you can do and where you need to start. And that's really the key here. I don't want anybody feeling bad about where they're starting when it comes to their exercise, because the important thing is that you begin where you're at, or if you go too hard, you're going to end up going backwards instead of forwards. All right. So no weekend warriors here. All right. Smart exercise plans. And we do have some resources on our site, tlsslim.com, under resources. Imagine that. And click fitness. And you've got a page that has some information here on the different types of exercise, and also some free downloads for you to utilize for potential exercise if you're really sort of brand new and you want something to start with. And many of you, most of you, are going to be starting with the TLS Jumpstart program, where you've got a compilation of our products, but you also have a whole program to follow. It's got a booklet, it's got tracking sheets, it's got an exercise guide, it's got a recipe booklet. It's a whole program. It's one of our strictest programs. It's 4 weeks, and this is a perfect way to start your TLS 5-week shrink a size. All right, you've got literally just to check the boxes and follow the instructions, no matter what country you're in, Australia, United Kingdom, Canada, Singapore. We welcome you all to the Shrink a Size, and you all have a 30-day jumpstart kit. And so you're going to follow that kit based on what products you have, what program you have, but they are all highly, highly, highly effective. All right, again, you've got that recipe booklet you're going to want to download for free, the exercise guide you're going to want to download for free, and the booklet that comes in the kit when you buy it. And that goes through everything, the rules, what you get to eat, what you don't get to eat, all that fun stuff is in there. But many of you are going to start with that detox phase 1 with the Jumpstart kit, and then go into phase 2, which is our fat burning. And we're going through that. And then you're going to transition. If you're in the Jumpstart program for the first 4 weeks, then you're going to transition into one of our other programs, which would be like our rapid results or our sure and steady. No one should be on continued commitment for this 5-week shrink size. We definitely want you either on the Jumpstart, rapid results, or sure and steady for this 5-week plan. And so make sure you download those menu plans, or the one you are following specifically if you are not doing the Jumpstart program. Okay, one of the things I want to show you about this menu plan is it shows you exactly what you need to be doing from a serving size at your breakfast, your snack, your lunch, your PM snack, and dinner. Okay, it's also going to share with you what are the approved vegetables, what are the approved starches, or whatever the approved foods are, and what their servings are. So what their serving sizes are sometimes just as a category, but some of the foods will have individual serving sizes because they might be a bit more dense in calories or carbohydrates or that kind of thing. Okay. So everything is taken into account and it's all on your Power Foods menu plan list. This is a great thing to do, is to go in and highlight all the foods you like. All right. So it's like, I like apples, I like apricots, I like cantaloupe, I like cherries. I don't really like currants, so I'm not going to highlight that one. Not really a big fan of gooseberries. Not even guava. Okay. Not honeydew, oh, I like kiwi. I'm going to highlight that one. I like lemons and limes. So just go through, you guys, and highlight them. This is your grocery list. You might even want to highlight the ones that you'd be willing to try if you've not tried them already. Okay. And the other thing is, you'll see a little blue box that says rules, right? What can you have? What can't you have? And so I know for sure that we have no dairy in any of our programs for Shrink a Size. Dairy will slow down your weight loss results because it does a lot of things in the body that are not, we might like dairy, but dairy does not like our body. Okay. And that's true of every human being, because unless you have big ears, spots on the tail, and you want to become a 400-pound cow, truly, that's what cow's milk is. It's to take a calf with ears and a tail and spots to a 400-pound cow. That is literally what cow's milk is designed to do. And so you now know why it's not on most of our plans. And I know it's something you're going to miss, many of you. Believe me, I'm Dutch, you guys. I grew up on about 6 different gourmet cheeses in my house at all times. Believe me, dairy was a very difficult thing for me to give up. But I feel so much better now that I am not eating or drinking dairy. Okay. So that is why we're not having it in the Shrink a Size program. Now notice you also get a beautiful recipe booklet based on the program that you're on, and that can be downloaded on tlsslim.com. You guys, that is also something that is either on the results page of your TLS weight loss profile or under resources under recipe booklets. All right, Sure and Steady. And as I mentioned, no one should be on continued commitment. Now, if you are a vegan or a vegetarian, be sure to download our vegan and vegetarian handout. And this goes through what kind of proteins, and based on the program you're following, how to get enough protein from plants in your diet through that program. All right, so that is our menu plans. I am going to cover detox here in a little, but I wanted to transition to the TLS supplements. All right, because truly our supplements are all about helping you accelerate your results and supporting those results while adopting your new healthy lifestyle. This is all about solving some problems, right? So we assist with poor dietary habits, hormonal health, digestive health, carbohydrate sensitivity, our response to stress, metabolic health, issues with craving and hunger. And when we're making those lifestyles and dietary changes, we've all experienced struggles. That is what our supplements are there to support us in, is really overcoming those. So it's not another thing we stop. It's not another thing that we throw in the towel. There's reasons why we struggle, and our supplements address those struggles. And they do it in the most amazing way because they're clinically studied ingredients in our amazing products. But what's even more amazing is that the synergistic nature of how they're created is mimicking nature. So our Thermochrome has synergistic ingredients in it so that you're maximizing the effect of Capsamax, okay, which is the clinically studied ingredient in Thermochrome. All right, so understand that whatever products you chose, whether the Jumpstart or a custom order of our TLS brands here, if you took the weight loss profile, you consulted a TLS coach, you're most likely on exactly what you should be on to get the best results for you. Okay. Many of you are going to be on detox week at some point during this 5-week. Now you can, we have the detox information in the Jumpstart kit and booklet and program, but we also have it separately because a lot of people like to do it separately as well. And so that, again, wanting to bring attention to what foods are allowed in what servings, right? And what serving sizes, rules, right? Tips, and when you eat and what you eat throughout the day. Now, a lot of times I get questions, right? So breakfast, 3 servings of vegetables. What? Vegetables for breakfast? Yes. Yes. And you know what? It's going to be amazing. You're going to love it. It's so weird at first, I understand, but you will come to love those veggies in the morning. It is so energizing and it is so filling. Notice that we have a serving of protein. So a lot of people like to do those eggs with veggies. I absolutely encourage lots of fresh herbs like basil and cilantro and garlic, and using herbs to flavor your foods is going to be very, very crucial. You could have the same medley of vegetables, but one with Southwest spice, and one with a little bit of Bragg's amino acids, which is like a healthy soy sauce, and basil, and you've got 2 totally different flavors of foods that are just completely different, even though it's the same vegetables, right? So definitely get creative with your herbs and your spices. Notice that you'll have a serving of fruit in the morning, right? Maybe you missed your fruit in the morning. It's okay to have it later in the day, all right? But we definitely feel like most people should have that protein in the morning. And if you're working and you have a physical job, then definitely in the afternoon. If you're not working or it's not a physical job, then have your protein later at night is fine too. So it's okay to move a couple things here and there. It's not that huge of a deal, but you definitely want to be focusing on those 3 meals and 2 snacks spread out evenly throughout the day. This way you're satiated, you're feeling full, you have, good energy throughout the day. And with detox, it's really important that you understand you get to eat a lot of vegetables, unlimited, in fact. So even if you do get hungry between your lunch and your snack, go ahead and mow down on some veggies. You're fine to do so. All right. This is not a starvation detox. This isn't a juicing detox. This is eat a lot of food detox. All right. Why? Because when we nourish our body with high quality, clean nutrients, you're going to detox and cleanse naturally. That's a far less painful way to detox than a lot of programs out there. So trust the process and eat the food. I promise. All right. If you happen to sneak in to Shrink a Size and you have not placed your order for your products, or you haven't figured out which program is best for you, that is what our TLS weight loss and lifestyle profile is all about on tlsslim.com. Takes 3 to 4 minutes. And then on the results page are the products it suggests to you, the top 4. Then your menu plan and program with the free downloads and the 12-week guide at the bottom. It's all there, one-stop shop on that results page, okay? All the resources you need to succeed, not only in this 5-week challenge, but as we continue on, okay? This is a lifestyle. And again, for those of you who start with something like Jumpstart, you're not intending to live like that for the rest of your life, okay? You're transitioning into rapid results or sure and steady, or later on, potentially continued commitment, okay? Lots of support as we continue on with this 5 weeks is our Monday night live Zooms, which we're starting here tonight. This is the only one where I am by myself. Okay, so I'll have success stories. I'll have TLS trainers, coaches, health professionals on sharing with me and you, their expertise and just educating you on how to master this TLS lifestyle and overcome challenges and be inspired. And it's just a lot of fun. Okay, so you don't want to miss Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern for the motivation and the education to master the TLS lifestyle, but also get the results you want in the 5-week Shrinkicize, because how many times have you ever tried something and it's like back to business as usual 3 weeks in? How do you stop that from happening? Well, you plug in, you commit, you watch the Monday night Zooms, right? And on the private Facebook page, you read the posts and the education and watch the videos and see what's going on. That's your daily stay on track accountability right there. And you're going to see a lot of activity on the Facebook page. And I want to give you guys a little bit of a preview here, because this is orientation on how this works. So for those of you who placed an order, you're part of the Shrinkicize challenge. You need to have requested to join. So you simply go to facebook.com/groups/Shrinkicize. All right, this is the link to the group. Someone wants to share it into the chat, that would be amazing. All right, I would so appreciate that. What happens here is once you request to join, it's going to pop up a few questions, one of them being the order number. So if you were declined or you haven't filled out the order number, you get sort of kicked back and told, hey, re-request again, put in your order number, right? Because this is exclusively for those who ordered. Now, one of the things you're going to notice is TLS Weight Loss Solution is going to be posting. And you'll always see hashtag round 2, hashtag TLS Shrinkicize, hashtag SAS, which is Shrinkicize. You're going to see these hashtags on all of the official content, okay, that is going to be pertinent to your process here in the Shrinkicize challenge. So if you find yourself maybe a day or two behind on content, and people have posted their pictures of their workout and they posted their pictures of their meals, and people get very excited and they post a lot, and we love it, but it can be overwhelming for some people to find the content they want to watch or that kind of thing. So we always encourage you to comment and to like, what did you learn from the video today? What did you learn from the educational post that day? Did you try the recipe? Did, just comment on it or tag the friend that's doing this with you, because the more you comment on the official content, the more it keeps it up in the top of the page. Okay. The other thing that you can do, if you just are short on time, you can just click on the search and then you do one of the hashtags. Okay. So the last hashtag from the last round was official content. And so I'll just show you what happens when I do that. All of the official content shows up, nothing else, just anything with that hashtag. Okay. So all of that fun stuff shows up. It's the simplest way, but the hashtags, again, for this round are any of the 3 here. Hashtag round 2, hashtag TLS Shrinkicize, hashtag SAS. Just put that right into the search bar as we continue. So round 2 posting has not really begun yet. This was the first one because I was reminding everyone of tonight's orientation webinar. Tomorrow, you'll start to see some detox week tips show up. Why? Because you need to prepare for detox. All right. This is not something you wing. This is something you prepare for. All right, so I want to make sure that we're putting up those detox prep videos so that you have the most successful detox week ever. All right, so there's detox how-tos, there's detox don't-dos, there's going to be some detox videos so that you guys have that success. So please feel free to ask questions or celebrate your success of, hey, I did a workout when I didn't feel like it. Hey, look at this healthy meal I cooked. We love seeing that kind of stuff. And it also helps people. You're not alone. Other people are on the same journey. So if you're not a big poster, maybe you're not one of those people that likes posting or is, feels comfortable with it. That's okay. Just cheer everybody else on then, like it, comment. But those of you who are, you're inspiring people. I know a lot of people love seeing what other people are cooking. It helps them not get bored of what they're doing. And so if you do take a picture let us know what it was. Include the recipe. If it came from the TLS recipe booklet, where was it? Was it rapid results, page 5? Like, tell us, right? Make sure that you let us know what you're doing and where you're, getting all your goodies from as you cook and prepare all of these yummy, healthy foods. All right. So we're going to switch gears here because we're doing a little something to kind of get an idea of where you are at in this moment with the way that you think about, what we're doing here. Because the process of manifestation is very simple. It starts with our thoughts, which lead to feelings, which lead to us taking action or sometimes inaction, and that equals our results. Right? Everything starts off as a thought. Everything once was an idea before it formed into enough passion or drive or irritation to take some action on it. And that equaled the result. Hence, we have laptops and LED lights and Zoom, right? And trim tea. So everything started as an idea and as a thought. You started as an idea and a thought in your parents' mind. And that led to some feelings, which led to some serious action. And guess what? You popped out 9 months later, right? So everything follows the process of manifestation in our world, which is really incredible. So what we're going to do here is just get an idea of where your baseline is. All right. There's no wrong answers here. And this is not something you need to think about. This is something you're going to just know. Whatever the first idea, a vision, a statement, or it's a short statement or a few words that come to mind when I say a word or a statement. Okay. So I want you to grab a pen and paper because this is really important that, again, you don't think about this. It's just what pops into your mind, your head, your heart, and write it down. Okay, because you're going to come back to this and we're going to do it again at the very end. So we want to see where you're starting from and we want to see what happens from a mindset standpoint at the end of this 5 weeks. So grab your pen and paper. I hope you're all doing that, grabbing that pen and paper. And then when I say these words, you're just going to write down that first idea or short statement or few words that come to mind when I say, let's go here, grabbing that pen and paper. Take a nice deep breath. I know you probably just ran around trying to get pen and paper, but take a deep breath. Get grounded, feel your feet on the ground, wiggle them in your shoes. I've got flip-flops on. Or in your socks, or maybe you're barefoot, wiggle your toes, feel where you're at in this moment. So you're really present and you're in your body, right? So wiggle your fingers and roll your shoulders and just take a nice deep breath. Just feeling really, really present in this moment. What is the first thing that comes to mind when I say eating healthy? First few words, short statement. First thing that pops into your mind. No judgment. Don't judge your answers. It's just the first thing. Remember, there's no right or wrong here. First thing that comes to mind when we say working out and exercise. Working out and exercise. No thinking, just write. First thing that comes to mind when I say meal prep. It doesn't matter if the statements are positive or negative. It doesn't matter if it's a few individual words or a sentence. It's whatever pops into your mind when I say weight loss. First things that come into your mind, write them down when I say healthy lifestyle. First thing that pops into your mind when I say my body. And when you say that out loud, you're saying my body. And last but not least, first words or statement that comes to mind when I say hitting your goal. Hitting your goal. So again, they might have been negative, they might have been positive, they might have been words that described feelings, whatever came to mind. Now, I want you to keep this piece of paper somewhere safe because you're going to come back to it at the end of this 5 weeks. We're going to see what happens. And I know for those of you who've been with us for a while, I have an inkling as to all the fun stuff that is been going on for you as you've continued with TLS. So we're excited for those of you who are new to TLS and our program and really seeing the shifts both in your body and also in our mindset around these types of things. Because a strong mind equals a strong body, and a strong body equals a strong mind. So if you found that you have some supporting stories around your body, or maybe they're limiting, maybe they don't support, your progress forward or your goals. So it might have been interesting to you to see what came out initially, and taking a look at that, going, what supports me and what doesn't. Right? What helps me, what encourages me, and what's holding me back. And that is something that becomes very apparent when you just answer honestly, what is that first thing that came to mind? So there's no judgment around this. What it becomes is an awareness of why we may not be making the progress we could be, both in TLS or really anywhere in our lives, when we have those kinds of limiting beliefs or stories wrapped around any particular thing. It's about money, relationships, you name it. But in this case, we're talking about health, healthy eating, exercise, and your body. So as we go through this, what's really cool is that many of you will be creating just subliminally a new story that's going to help you reach your goals. And so you might already have an idea of what that might need to be if you did have any limiting answers that may have held you or are holding you back. And so that's where affirmations come in. And affirmations are just things you can say that are opposite of the limiting. So if I when I said meal prep and I said hard work or boring or I hate it, right? And those were my answers. I know that I would want to create affirmations that were more like, I am a meal prepping machine, right? I love meal prepping. Affirmations that are going to counteract that limiting belief or story, so that I can make sure that that doesn't stop me, that I can affirm a more positive path, a more supporting path. Okay. Planning and execution will also help with this. So this is where we really want you guys to be utilizing the tools, which is the official Facebook page, the Monday night Zooms, the tracking sheets, the menu plan, the meal plans, the power food list, highlighting it, using it as a grocery list, and just really taking advantage of everything that we're offering you here in the 5-week Shrink a Size challenge, including the accountability of the Facebook group. Again, left to our own devices, having our little secret goals of, hey, I'm going to do this on my own, often doesn't work out for us. Why? Because we are meant to do things in community. We are meant to be in relationship, even as introverts, right? And I'm one of you guys, naturally introverted, need community, you know, and I'll tell you why I know this is true is because any introvert going into a social engagement or a party or a group event, you know, AKA I was at a bridal shower this weekend. I mean, it was 2 days of me like psyching myself up mentally for it, right? Like, you can do it. You can make small talk. You will have fun, you know, like just, and then when I get there, it's totally fine. I have a great time. I meet new people, you know, it's all fine. And I'm glad I went. But it's 2 days of giving myself, you know, a pep talk to make sure I actually go. Because I could just stay home. That's okay with me too, right? So introverts, I understand where you're coming from and how you feel, but understanding that being a part of a group is there's power and momentum, and that's why we have a deadline. That's why we have a start date. That's why we have an end date, because if we're all moving in the same direction at the same time, just the energy of that alone, just the momentum and positivity and path it creates on that Facebook group is enough to help you stay on track if you're plugging into it. You guys, there is such power that even across different states and countries, that people in Singapore and UK and Australia were doing the 5-week challenge together. You guys, there is power in that. It's called, you know, it's manifestation at its greatest, you guys. We love it. It's also in many cases what we call power of prayer. So I know that you can reach your goal in this Shrink a Size because I've seen it over and over and over and over and over again. And anyone who didn't reach their goal said, I didn't actually follow the program, but look how much progress I made, even though I didn't follow it. So even, I just want to encourage you guys that you're not looking for perfection here necessarily. What you're looking for is progress. All right. There is going to be a mess up or a slip up. And I know some of you, you're perfectionists. You're like, I'm going to follow this 100%. Right. And maybe you will, but chances are 99% of you are going to slip up somewhere. And that's okay. All right. What we're looking for is progress. Now, that's not an excuse to cheat every day. All right. Like, our goal is to be committed, is to be diligent, is to really do it at the best of our ability, even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient, even when we don't feel like it, that we get those workouts in, that we follow that meal plan, that we're making those meals, all right, that we're doing what we need to do to feel our best, look our best, shrink a size in 5 weeks, all right? So that is the goal, and that is the intention, and that is the commitment we're making. But I want to let some of you who are all or nothing a little off the hook here, because if you do mess up, that doesn't mean it's all out the window, right? It doesn't mean you stop and you quit and you say, oh, I messed up, it's over. No, that's not how this works, all right? Because TLS is a lifestyle. And that means, I mean, you can fail at a diet, but you cannot fail at a lifestyle. All right, so stay with us, you perfectionists, and we're gonna have amazing results as we all make progress together. Each of you are helping in creating accountability for everybody else in the program. So know this is a team effort. We're very excited, and we start officially on Friday. We've got some official content coming up on the Facebook page this week on detox for those of you who will be starting that. So you definitely want to get prepared. You guys, thanks so much for being on the orientation prep Zoom. We start officially with our week 1 Monday night Zoom next week, same time, same bat channel, and we'll have some fun guests for you guys. So thank you again, you guys. Have an absolutely fantastic night. Take care.